time when I started my stream, I don't start with random GTA 5 roleplay stuff going on in the background here. All right, let's do this. Here we are. So today I figured, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play tomorrow night. I don't know how much longer the cast review system goes up. So let's just do two decks that are in the cast. So today I'm going to be playing Rainy's Sunfire and Tuna's Nova Prime. So bear with me while I have to keep track of a lot of things happening. Thankfully, the creators of these decks have made precons that I was able to, that actually I think they both came with it. I didn't have to put anything together. And I'm going to be going against Klaw, something nice and simple, because it is almost 5 o'clock. I know I'll be awake for a little while longer, but I'd like to get it done. It starts with Defense Network, right? Yep. Discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. That goes into play against first play right now. There we are. We're going to have Sunfire be first player. So he begins the game with 6 set-aside burning upgrades, which are over here. And then when he hits an enemy, I think it is, makes a basic attack or basic defense against an enemy. So it's just his basic attacks and defenses. And he applies burning to them, which deals 1 damage at the end of the player phase. And then Richard Rider Nova Prime, he is all about the wild resources. So a lot of his cards, from what I've seen, are pretty expensive. But as long as you can get his human rocket to go off, you'll actually be able to afford the damn things. As I shuffle for the 18th time. Got the hit points set up, drawing now. Their cards are over here. Oh no, the reds are similar. I think that's 6 right there. 6. So I'm using the precon aggression for Sunfire. And though they also came with a protection one that I actually have up here. If I decide to play these again like tomorrow night if I have time, I might run as protection. But right now I'm gonna do his aggression. And Richard Rider came with a precon for justice. 2 Overwatches, huh? Overwatch is a good card. Initial threat. Should have 24 points. That should start with 12. All right, and with that, let's see what we got here. So deal 3 damage to an enemy, choose an attachment with hero action or hero response, and discard it. He might actually get a chance to use that every now and then against this. Oh, if you don't have an attachment, he puts a burning on the enemy. Okay. So fire, choose a player, and attach or set aside a copy of burning on the villain, and each may engage with that player. So yeah, I think that's supposed to be on the villain. Honestly, I haven't looked at whether or not either of these 2 decks have been upgraded the last couple of days. I made my own table because I don't think Hitch's table has had them on there yet. So I haven't looked in a couple of days to see if they updated it. Hopefully not, so I don't look like an idiot playing old builds like I did with Batgirl. Was it last cycle or the cycle before last? Something like that. I think 2 cycles ago. I had to play it 3 times because I had the wrong build the first time and a half. Alright, so that's not even an attack. Alright. So he's all about the upgrades, I see. Melting them off. We got over here. It's a fist. Ready and draw a card. Oh, this doesn't count towards my hand size. Fantastic. Yep, like I was saying, expensive words. Is that 2 accelerates? What's this one do? When a minion retreat or a side scheme is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel all the effects and discard draw 1 card for each boost icon. Each icon period in the boost area. That is okay. All right, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this feels. Hello carrier. Okay, so it's not about attachments, it's about upgrades. Fantastic. Where do I want to start here? Turn the top 4 cards of the deck, choose 1 card this way, and add it to my hand, which I will do. Ooh, decisions. Let's go with this. Flip. I will attack the Armored Guard and put the burn on him. Which is only technically I have to do more damage to him. Alright, so these don't stay out forever. That's a shame. Alright. So I will spend 1 and 2 and 3. Let's get the helicarrier out. We'll do 2 and get this out. I don't know. I haven't played these 2 decks yet, so I don't know where the priorities are just yet. I'd like it if I can get 1 more damage on him. Can I? I can get 3 damage on him. I think I'm going to set up for the future, though. Get Martial Prowess out. Yeah, let's make that 1 cheaper. And keep Solar Blast in my hand. Now we'll end my turn with him. Over to here. Plop this. So 1's a mental, 1's... Okay, that's nifty. I like that. Oh, setup, I get to get my Nova helmet. Please say every card's named. Yes. Right, does he have his card's name? Yes, good man. So yeah, let's get this out right now. Aerial is awesome. Discard 1 card from my hand to generate a wild. I will for 2. Actually, no, this is useless stab out here right now. I will use a fist resource to get this ready and draw a card. Piercing. So we're going to spend a fisty, a mental, and an energy Actually, before I do that, let me go ahead and thwart for 2 more to play, and then I play this, which readies myself, and then my attack hits 4+4 and overkill piercing. So when it hits, let's just hit for 6. Let's let this slowly kill him off. I still have these two in my hand. This needs a energy. I could do that right now. Yeah, let's do this with this. And generate a wild to do this. Ready. Draw a card. And I will deal 2 more damage. And that'll end the turn. So he's got a lot of readying in his deck. Okay, I like that. I love readying my heroes. So my second favorite thing to do, other than have these massive, doesn't count towards hand size, so we get 6 cards. My favorite thing to do is have a lot of fun upgrades that play off of each other. My second favorite thing to do is I'll ready the hell out of myself. I think that's anybody's second favorite thing to do. Well, now I got to flip down so I can get X-Gene in. All right, so 2. The attacks with 2, right? That's what Klaw is. Yeah. What do I have in my hand? Upgrade. Rename would take 1. That is awesome. Oh, end of the player phase. This procs. So I have the wrong counters out. So he's at 2 damage, and this disappears. I need this out, and I need this out. So I get attack. I'm just going to take this for 0 to 2 damage. I can take that. And then it's only only got 1. I'm thinking of the guard character from what's it called, from Hydra, that pops up all the time in Crossbones deck. So that's the attack there. Nova Prime, what will he do? Got Wiccan. Nothing for defense. I think I'll take this one as well. So 1 damage. Radioactive Man. Each Master's Evil minion attacks the hero it is engaged with. All 1 will attack, so the second part doesn't go off. So he attacks. It's going to force a random discard anyways. Of that, at least it's not his upgrade. Alright. First player passes on. So what do we get? Got Wiccan, I got World Mind. So I'm going to use this as we'll spend 1 to put Justice Served. I'm going to thwart. Actually, the thing I have in my hand is 4 thwarting, right? Man, that's a waste. So yeah, I still spent that. And I have this in my hand, and I have nothing to use it on because there's not enough thread out here. So he removed the thread already. Oh no, he didn't. Now I have removed the thread. I'll Justice Served ready. I might just not play anything from my hand. Attack for 2 on Radioactive Man. Does it like draw me a card or anything? No. Shit. It's gonna end this turn. It sucks. I don't like that. I have to do that. So 1, 2. For this, I will. No, I'm grabbing this. Attack for 1. Flip. Oh, he gets burned. To need to have to do this, but because he discarded a card, I have to exchange this for any specific events. Not a great turn, but it's probably I probably could have done something better, but I'm trying to set up here. All right, so end of the round. This hits for 2 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Triage. Recognize that picture. So I have 3 cards in my hand. I get 2 more because this does not count. I have to like remind myself of that every time. Spooderman. 1, 2. Attacks Nova Prime. I just don't know what defense looks like in this deck. I'm just gonna take it. One damage. And then schemes for 2. Holy crap, 5. And then 1 more. And counter, please. Thank you. Thank you. Surge. Well, that does nothing, so has second. Other than schemes, well, he just schemed for 5, so let's see what he gets here. 2. Almost hit the next phase. All right, first player. I'm gonna hot-headed. I have to keep one of these. Let's get this. Oh, 2 hot pursuits, really? Could be 2 of them. What's this? Oh, Marrow. All right. Do I want to heal? Yeah, no. Because I play triage, which I'm going to. Triage heals 2. I'm going to spend 1, 2 to Solar Blast. Let's just knock this guy out. I will attack Radioactive Man and ready. I will attack the villain and ready. There's no limit to how many can be on 1 each. All right, excellent. I will attack the villain. And 1 more damage. So that's a proc and hit 4 more damage off of him. That's pretty good. And Radioactive Man will die. which I'll take. I kind of want both of these out. It's a shame I don't have any of them. Triage will thwart for 1. And we move that on to Nova Prime. I can't do anything with that. God. Alright, so spend 1 energy. This as mental, this as physical to Galactic Guardian, which readies myself, gives me +3 thwart. So I will thwart for 5. I cannot get Spoodermang out. It was a good thwart, but that's kind of just what I have, I guess. Yeah, end the turn. So 1, 2, 3. It's for a small game. He hasn't had 6 cards in his hand. 3. Burning procs kills him. These 2 burnings proc for 4 damage total. Player phase ends with the attached enemy leaves play, deal 1 damage to the attached enemy. Yeah, I have words about that. Alright. Love days. 1, 2. Attack Sunfire. Thank you, Triage. For 2, and he gets stuff. Boo. Boo hiss. And then attacks Nova Prime, who just refuses to defend himself. Another just assert. Just taking it for 2, and then 1. There's no Masters of Evil, so a Masters of Evil will enter play engaged with its discard or search the encounter deck and discard pile for Masters. Whirlwind. It's everybody. I'll take Whirlwind. They're all about the same level of asshole, honestly. At least to me. The villain attacks me. Again, I'll just take this. This isn't much damage right now. It's for 2 damage. And 2 friends. Alright, what do we got? What I have is an energy, a mental, and a physical to get Spider-Man. I won't get the side part, but at least I'll have Spider-Man, I guess. Spider-Man will defeat this little dude. I will defeat this little dude. I will flip. And that will end that turn. This is actually really good for his deck. This. Let's see. I'm going to smack the villain here, which will put a burning on him. I will spend. Is there any specific? Oh, only any specific events. Screw you. Exchange is great, but at the same time, it is so limited in what it can do. I get to use some average of like 6 to 8 cards, maybe. 1. This is superpower. Is a superpower? Nope, just armor. So I actually have to spend a card here. Boo hiss. 2 to get my suit out. +1 defense. Defense against an attack, exhaust it, and spend 1 resource to ready him. It's not a bad deal. Man, if I was blocking, this would be great. But I'm not. I would just get hit for 5 damage. So screw it. Yeah, let's do this against Whirlwind. So Whirlwind's gonna hit me for 2, and I'm gonna hit him for 5 back. And yeah, that ends player phase. Burning goes off, hits Klaw for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm used to seeing this version of team building exercise. I'm used to seeing the what is it, champions version, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. We might advance the scheme. Where's he at? Thwarts 4. Advances it 4. I don't have anything in his hand, right? Nope, just his ready, and that's it. Alright, so on to the second phase. Cards until a minion is revealed. Haha, there's nothing. Whiffs. And 16. Oh yeah, and he gets an accelerates. Attacks on fire. 3 defense. I can block this. Yeah, I'll block this. Yeah. Take no damage, and I'm already exhausted, so I suck it. Take no damage, I apply a burning, and then I will use the suit and a resource, team building exercise to ready myself. Whirlwind attacks. Do I want to block again? Or do I just want to attack him and... Yeah, actually, you know what? I'll block him and burn him because the burning will kill him. So he does no damage, and he's an alter ego. He gets burned. And that ends their activations. There's this. Retaliate. And then this butthole. Reduce, and then energy to athletic conditioning. Can't do anything with any of these. I'm flush with resources, but I can't do anything. Don't want to flip. Yeah, I can flip and get a decent hand size next round. Yeah, that'll end his turn. Rider will heal for 3, 4, 5. Flip. I will Power of Justice, Heroic Intuition out. I will use Power on all of us to do this and ready and draw a card. Shit. Can't do anything with what I have. Shit. And all this is basic. Could I have... kept this in my hand, I still wouldn't have had enough resources. Spider-Man will deal 2. Oh wait, he's got a damn retaliate. And now I don't have any of his things that discard attachments. One of everything. I do have one of everything. You know what? One of everything. Nope. Gimme. Now Spider-Man will attack for 2. And Nova will attack for 2. And that will end the player phase. Burning happens, so he is defeated. And then he takes 2. Draw a hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow. I'm used to seeing somebody other than what's her face with the 6 cost Douglas's. Real. I'll keep pitch back. 2, 3, and 4. There it is. Oh, it's a shame I already got rid of it. 1, 2, 3. Schemes for 2, 4. Rough. Attacks Nova Prime, who will take it for 1 more turn. For just 1. Spidey will be blocking for me next time. Blend Schemes, oof. For 4. He is getting 4 consistently. And then Melter, this little butthole. Over here, I will so Star-Lord has to be the first card I play on. Well then, 1, 2, 3 for Star-Lord, motherfucker. Discard my hand and draw back up to my hand size. So I get 5. Gamora. Oh, and this doesn't count for my hand size, so I will hit for 2 on Melter. I will hit for 2 on Melter. I will knock a Melter out. I will. This is limitless, right? Absolutely limitless. So 1. Oh wait, I was Xandar. What's this do? Spend connection to the mind, draw that card. After any player. Gamora, thank you for getting Xandar out. Connection to the world mind. This and actually, hold on, let me. Yeah. Spend these 3. I'm going to discard this, turn it into energy. This will be mental. This will be the fist. To pay for this cost. And then Galactic Guardian, which readies me. And I thwart for 5. And I spent a roll mine to do it, so I draw a card. Woohoo. When you don't have any cards in your hand, it doesn't really effing matter, does it? But hey, I got a Justice Serve that I can't play. But I did take a chunk out of this and get rid of an annoying minion. So let's see what I got here. Let's do the 5 cards. And 5. So mask. You had me at draw card. What's my max health? 14. I could heal myself, but I don't have any way to ready myself right now. And I want to get some burns out here. So I'm going to witch to an armored guard with a burn. After a copy of enemy with burning is defeated. All right, cool. Doesn't even have to be by burning. So as long as they have it and they're defeated. So it's attachment out. So, ooh, I just attached burning, so I ready myself. Attack the villain for 2. And he gets unlovely burning. Briefly forgot the plot. And after I attack, I'll do this and this to deal 4 damage to an enemy. So let's 3, 4. Superpower, cool. I'll just do this for free. We're 3 threat. And then I can't afford anything else I have in my hand. So that will end my turn. I am Groot. No World Mine, so I actually have a 5 card hand size this time. 1. This procs, almost threw it away, defeats him, which will draw me a card off of the helmet. Excellent. Oh yeah, this. And then this procs and knocks him for 2. They one revealed. Oh yeah, I need the Immortal Klaw. So he needs 10 more health. Alright, starting over here, he attacks. So he has no defense at all. Spooderman's blocking. Make it speedy. And this engages me. Butthole. And I'm just going to take the 1 from him. And then attack Sunfire. Sunfire will block for 3. Jesus. 6 damage, so 3 goes through. Put a burning on him. And then I can exhaust this and spend a resource. Move into the fray to ready myself. Flip exhaust. Each character I control or spin. Screw it. I'll have a reset round. I'm in hero, take 2 damage, he heals 2. Into this. I will actually. Do I want to attack him? Hold on, what's my plan here? I'm going to. Oh, yeah, that's still here. Okay. Attack for 2. Burning. Ready. Actually, let me do this real quick. Pitch back before I ready. Or that kind of doesn't matter. They're both responses. So I will hit him for 4. And then ready. Either or. This, or actually, I don't even know how to do this. This and this for Solar Blast. To 1, 2, 3. We'll knock out Tiger Shark. I can't afford either of these two, so I do have a resource reduction for Return to a Rider if he needs it. Oh, I can remove 2 threat from the Immortal Klaw. That should have been out actually before last phase, so I should have 1 more on. Groot is such a good card. Do I get him in here though? I can. I think I will. 2 and 3 Groot. I might actually stay down. Do I? Because he's got. He's going to get 8, and then normal luck he'll be at 12. And then he'll get another one, so he'll probably be at 13. I have blocker. So screw it. I'll flip back over. But I can't do anything. I might as well. I'll stay down. Let's risk it. Let's risk it for the biscuit. That ends the player phase. All right, anytime you want to get me those world mines back. Got that card, and I've only gotten 1 world mine for it. Then these 2 proc, deal 4 damage to the villain. Alright, so Sunfire's got 5 fucking health. Attacks on 1, 2, 1, 2. Attacks Sunfire. Sunfire will block 3. Takes no damage. And then I will use, is it the suit? Yeah. Use the suit to this. To ready myself, and he gets a burning because I defended. Alright. And then schemes for 2, 3. Actually, didn't hit 4 this time. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 more from Weapons Runner. This and this. Flippy-doo. Play engage the first player. Excellent. That's what I wanted to see. First card. Alter Ego Surge. Last one, hand size. Number of cards in your hand cannot exceed your hand size. So he is not above his hand size right now because he's at 4. Okay, I'm actually, that's probably not a bad idea because he does need to heal up. Over here, Richard. How many wilds do I have? Just 1, so heals 4. Flip. Star-Lord will deal 2 to Radioactive Man. Radioactive. Radioactive. Put it on Master. Put it on Masters of Evil. Can only be 1 on. Yeah, nice one for Scheme. Put it on that. And discard this. I use it as a fist. Mental. Energy. Galactic Guardian to ready myself. And then I'm going to hit. So I've got 5 thwart right now. So let's remove it from the main. Which will knock 5 off of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off of this. Excellent. Excellent turn. Which will knock 10 off his health. I still have this ale on me. Actually, 1 more thwart comes off because I have +1 thwart. So this actually gets defeated as well. And this loses 1 more. Because I forgot I had Heroic Intuition. Groot is here to take hits for me. Thank you, Groot. Of course, Star-Lord's have to sacrifice himself because he's a boss. Actually, I might use him to keep attacking and thwarting. You can never go wrong with that. Actually, in that case, you know what I'm going to do? Be a little cheeky. Let's do 2 damage to Radioactive Man. I'm just going to have him like endlessly block Radioactive Man or Weapons Runner and net gain his health back. Sunfire. So I have to make sure I have a card in my hand. Let's remove 3 threats. I don't want to exhaust myself. This, and this. 2 into the fray. 2 hits. That's a Radioactive Man. This will remove 3 threat from the main scheme. I'm going to flip, heal. Oh, hold on, actually. Let's exhaust and discard to get rid of shame. I'll heal next turn. Hopefully I'll have one of his cards that readies him for it too. Alright. So far, how am I liking these? Nova is got some make or break turns to him, but he's got some good when he's got his make turns, they're really fun. So far I'm not at a lack of anything to do with Sunfire though. He is constantly doing something, it feels like. 5. Oh, and that doesn't count, so 6. I need to get through this. I don't know when this actually goes off in the order of end phase. Is it before or after I draw my hand? I think it would be after, otherwise the what is it? This? Yeah, this would not do anything. because you'd be drawing a card before you even draw your hand size, so it would count for nothing. All right, 1, 2, 3. We attack an over prime. Who has no way to actually defend himself? Yeah, Star-Lord's going to take it for me. Thank you, Space Lord. Space Lord, mother. And then Weapons Runner attacks. Groot will block, so he takes 1 damage, but he heals 2. Excellent. Weapons Runner, you're going to keep Groot in this game for the rest of the game. And then Schemes for 4. Encounter. Surge. Flip. Sonic Boom. I hate Sonic Boom. Caught off guard. Discard another upgrade or support I control. I'm getting the least out of this, I think. Yeah, I'm getting the least out of that. Alright, first player. Alright, now I shall heal for 4. Use my ability. I actually know what Marrow does. Let me get. Actually, I wouldn't mind having Marrow just for the chump block at the end of that. It's not a value on a single character. Flip. Not going to toe-to-toe. 1 and 2 triage. 1 and 2 for Marrow. Oh man, I only have 1 resource. Shit. Like that, I could do this, and that's not an attack, and that's it. I should have read this first. I could kill all the weapons runners in 1 fell swoop, but they're honestly just little piss ants at this point. They don't do anything. Marrow will attack for 2. Triage will thwart for 1. Let's get their damage on them. My lovely little chump blockers onto Nova's turn. Drop this for justice served. I have all of my 5 costers. I mean, okay. I can hit pretty hard here. This would be a nice chunk of damage. Would give me 6 damage. So yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3 for the gravimetric blast, and 6 damage. And I get to draw a card because of Xandar. A card I can't play. Fantastic. Ha ha! That will end this turn. This is the first turn that I haven't burned anybody with Sunfire. Lag. Hello. 3 and 4. Oof. That is a big hand. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Attacks over here will have triage block. Triage. And then attacks over here. Marrow will block. Klaw doesn't have any overkill capabilities, so the damage kind of doesn't matter once it's blocked. Oh yeah, maybe these two little turds will block. We'll defend against one of them, which will get him back to full health. The other one will just smack me for 1, and I'm fine with it. This Sakaputa. And then this guy's back. Radioactive Man is certainly getting his screen time here. Chenlu. I think that's his name. No, Chenlu is... Isn't Chenlu... You know what? I don't know. Chenlu might be him. Alright. I don't have any of my big hitters this time. This and this to Quasar. I don't know why I'm putting him there. So removes 1 threat from each game, which, you know, whatever. He will attack Radioactive Man for 2. I will connect to the World Mind. Oh wait, I have to do that after. I will attack for 2. I will connect to the World Mind to accelerate. To 2. I will connect to the World Mind to accelerate. And then I will thwart 2. I'll spend this and this to Gamora. It's my card I can't play. Gamora will finish off and take 1 damage and end the turn. Oops, I don't know why I'm doing that. We'll play raises whatever. Alright, can I ready myself? I can, but only if I have burned somebody. Fantastic. I will kind of want to do this. It'd be pretty funny. 1. Is this an attack now? 2, 3. For Atomic Fire, I choose Nova Prime. So burn, burn, and burn. And I can do this now and ready myself. And then I will attack for 2, which attaches another burn. I don't have the resources for these, do I? I do. I can actually get another burning on them. Threat from Scheme. Yeah, we kind of need to. I should be able to hold off one turn here. 1, 2, to Solar Blast Klaw. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have an attachment, so he gets burned. You're going to take 6 damage just from burns. And that will end Sunfire's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 5. This happens defeated. Or that should have an exhaust on it. 3 of these. Alright. Attack Sunfire. Groot will block. So 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And then he heals 2. I need to use Groot more often. I really like this, but he can only be in Guardian decks, can he? Yeah, I've never made a Guardian. I really don't know too much about Guardians. And then attacks over here. I will block for 3. He's doing 4, so I take 1 and I burn him. I defend against an attack. I'll use Sunfire Suits and I'll drop toe-to-toe to ready myself. Encounter and encounter. Special 1 per person, so 5. And he schemes for. Oh my god, and then he gets a tough just to be a dick. Schemes for 2. Player phase. So this is over though. This is still over. Because I'm just going to attack his tough off. He gets burned. Because it's not required that I deal damage. So the burns will kill him on their own. And for the hell of it, I'll do that to get another damage. And then I'll do this to get 3 more health. Actually, I don't even have to do that. I can do this. And then this to get team building exercise. That's still technically not over. I mean, Quasar and Gamora can finish it. Overwatch. Let me move to use this for this. Move to. It kind of doesn't matter. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end it there because he's dead. At this point, it's just like a long, drawn out thing. All right, let me go ahead and talk about these characters. I never got to see any Nemesis, which sucks. I did get both allegations out, so I'm happy with that at least. All right, so in terms of these characters, I don't know much at all, if anything, about these characters. They're not in my wheelhouse of characters I know. Let's see. This. I didn't even realize Shark Girl was in this deck. Talk Fire. This 15 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 15. Excellent. So what do I think of Sunfire? What are the review things again? I think it's the first one is like aesthetics. Let me open up the thing. I said my grading of Kate Bishop yesterday. Let me grab Sunfire. Yes, I'd like to visit the site. Thank you for asking me. All right, aesthetics. Does the set look generally good? Yeah, the set looks great. It's a bit overkill of orange for my eyes, but you know, it's a character who, if all I know about him is like he doesn't have like the force of a sun's nova, essentially, something like that. Um, Actually, isn't he an Omega mutant? He might be an Omega mutant. But yeah, I mean, aesthetically, his entire set looks good. This is so. This is the one that I looked at beforehand before I started playing. Puts hand minions back on top. That's rough. Strike Retaliate 1. That's rough too. Does this attach to anybody but him? Or not attacking anyone but this? Just a single hand ninja. It's actually kind of shocking. All right. So, like most Nemesis sets, there's a little bit of an asshole there. All right. So, yeah, aesthetically, everything on this looks pretty clean. If I was my good buddy Havoc, I'd probably say you could center this picture a bit better. But other than that, I mean, these images look great. Even the Nemesis pictures. Like I said, it's just like the overkill of orange, overkill of insert fire colors here. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it looks great. Theme, yeah, it's all the whole entire theme is burn, 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 burn. What's that over there? Burn it. I didn't get a chance to use his otherwise great ability to get rid of hero response, hero action attachments. But Klaw only has what, 2 of them, so I wasn't gonna get too many chances to do it. Maybe I'll do a playtest against Crossbones. Since usually Claw and Crossbones are like the two I like going to the most for playtesting because they're kind of simple. You don't have to pay attention to them too much. But they are dangerous enough that if you're not careful, you can lose a game. As evident 2 nights ago when I actually lost a game to Crossbones. I like the theme. I really enjoy the theme for Sunfire. Materials. There's no starting deck list, I don't think. I think the starting deck list for you actually have 2 precons, so I don't think a starting deck list is entirely necessary if you have precons. You don't even really need an insert. Mechanics. So can I go to the next page without filling anything out? No, I can't. So I don't remember all the things on mechanics. Yeah, the set looks good. The images are appealing and fit into the cards. Yeah, everything on aesthetics. I'd say right now aesthetics is a 10. Theme. I can't say anything about the theme of the actual character because I don't know the character for shit, honestly. But the theme for the deck, it adheres to it pretty well. The card supported. They build off of it. These don't really do anything with it. Like, there's nothing in here at all about, you know, doesn't really play with anything he's got. It almost feels like Silver Samurai could be anybody else's nemesis, to be honest. Um, that's like the first thing I've thought of that could actually go against this deck at all. Materials. You don't have to insert, but that's not a big deal to me. You have pre-cons, which makes up for no deck list. Your deck itself is pretty simple to go through. You have a hit point counter. You have you don't have a display box that I've saw, unless you put it on the table within the last like few days. I know that's on there. People get pretty nitpicky about it. I actually gonna get nitpicky on it at this point. The bags are just so ugly. You don't have a playmat. I didn't even realize playmat was on here. Don't really hold playmats against people. It's kind of hard to build a playmat. And if with the push the last couple years to go to Hitch's table because it's so well maintained, Hitch's table did not until relatively recently. By recently, I mean like what 6 months, a year ago. I don't know the time frame. It only recently got the importer. So if this deck is over a year old, there's a good chance that you just couldn't import a custom mat to this. So I don't blame people for not having made custom mats on an older deck. What's the fourth one? Mechanics. So the mechanics I felt were great. The only thing I didn't like mechanically from his deck, this right here, after the player phase ends or attached enemy leaves play, deal 1 damage to the attached enemy. That's what this card said. If the attached enemies leave in play, it's not dealing damage to anything. It's not needed. I don't know if maybe there used to be some other text on here in an old version where it would do something else. It does nothing with that. If the player phase ends, just deal 1 damage to the attached enemy. That's the only thing mechanically I did not like. I could see this also being an exhaust instead of a limit once per phase. Actually, it is once per phase. It could do it. I don't think I noticed that before. It's once per phase, so you could do it player phase and villain phase. So yeah, it doesn't actually need a exhaust. It's my bad. I played that wrong then. But it is when they're defeated, and the only time I think I'd get more use out of that per phase if I was playing protection, and I could actually hurt the enemies I had burning on. But even then, no, because the timing won't match up because you're applying burning after you would like if you what's the defense card? Is it repost or repost? Where you deal 2 damage or 3 damage to the attacking enemy. The 3 damage would happen before a burn would be applied. No, it's an interrupt here though. Basic defense against enemy. So this would interrupt on the basic defense, so you would actually get the burn off. Okay. So yeah, next time I'll play test this again. With the pre-con protection that you have, and see if I get any value out of that. Also think I forgot to apply the +2 hit points on that. Yeah, that's on me because that's me playing 2 new heroes that I was learning the ropes of while I was doing it. Balance. How is he balanced? I think he's balanced really well. He doesn't feel like he's an overpoweringly strong character. A lot of his damage, a lot of his power comes after the fact. And it's a lot of death by 1,000 paper cuts. I think he is very well balanced. If I was looking at his individual cards, Hot Pursuit, is an absolute must. It's so vital. Which one is it? This one is an absolute must. I got kind of fortunate that I got that in like the second turn, I think. I only got to use Atomic Fire once, but I got some damn good value out of that. Sunfire suits. Yeah, this is a good card. This is a good card. I'd say all three of these are, decently good. I'd put these ones like slightly above. Hot Pursuit, like Hot Pursuit and Atomic Samurai way above. Because burning is such a vital part of the engine. And what's the last thing? Fun factor, right? Yeah, it is very fun. I really enjoy this deck. I'm not gonna grade either of these two tonight because I want to do another playtest. Probably tomorrow night after my D&D session. Push those up glasses. So I'm not going to be grading tonight. As it stands right now, though, he'd be passed. He's one of the more fun decks I've played in a CAS cycle. Um, yeah. All right. Nova Prime. How did I enjoy him? Spoiler, I enjoyed him a little less, but that is not an awful thing. Sunfire just was very fun. Accelerates. World Mind, accelerates, World Mind. Try and do this quickly as well. I did not think going into this that I would like this deck at all. When I was looking at it originally, it's only one of these, really? 2, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I lost count already. 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15. Okay. Because these types of abilities, when you build like decks that have like these massively expensive cards, and you have to do little gimmicks to get them out, I'm not always a big fan of that. Like I don't like Maria Hill. I know I played, I forget whose deck it was. I played another player created deck where there's a lot of expensive cards, and I tend not to find them a lot of fun. That's kind of a me thing. I think this would be fun for people who are not me. um, as for his cards themselves, um, I love his alter ego ability of getting +1 recovery for all the wilds because he has a lot of wild in his deck. There are cards in here I think are in here just for the sake that they're wild. His hero ability, again, while I'm not the biggest fan of this type of engine, it is a very good ability for what he is doing. It is extremely necessary. Here are the 5 cost cards. As for the cards themselves, I didn't use this a single time. It's not that I think it's bad or anything like that. It's just everything else in this was so much more valuable than this. Galactic Guardian and Gravimetric Blast are great cards. Connection to the World Mind is a tier above everything else. Accelerate is also a tier above everything else. So if I were to like actually tier these, I'd put these two cards in the S plus tier. These Accelerate, amazing card. Connection to the World Mind does not count against your hand size, and it was one of the prime, no pun intended, ways to run his engine. Amazing card. These two, I'd put them as like S tiers. I almost feel that in the current environment of the game, that you could probably get away with adding another one to them, but that is pushing it. 3 resources to get +4 attack. You might be able to get away with making it 5, and 3 resources to get +3 thwart. You might be able to get away with getting 4. And that would make them strong, because you're not playing these cards for 5. There's no way in hell you play those cards for 5 resources. Novus Helmet, I got some use out of it. But I wouldn't say it was as strong as any of this. With the way how the deck is assembled right now, there is so much wild resources in it, or so many wild resources in it, that having discarding a card to generate a wild resource was a little bit redundant. I think I used it twice, which isn't bad. There are certainly some times where I've looked at an upgrade and have not used it. But it's just it's just a solid but not spectacular card. Xandar, by the time I played it, I only played Connection to the World like once or twice, so I didn't get too much value out of it. I think it'd be up here. Star-Lord, I'd put down here. Drawing, he's doesn't have a bad ability to get a completely new hand, essentially. When I got him, though, I had cards in my hand I kind of wanted to keep. I was like, if I want to play Star-Lord, I have to commit to playing Star-Lord and getting a new hand. It's just the way I kind of went on that. So just because of like how I like playing, Nova Prime wasn't overly appealing to me. It was a lot more fun than I thought he was going to be. So kudos to that tuna, because again, I don't like decks like this. What has he got here, by the way? Nihilus. As an Arthrosian minion. Okay. Each player puts top part of the deck as an Arthrosian minion. What the hell is an Arthrosian minion? Okay. So they need Annihilation Wave. This puts Annihilation Wave into play. So essentially stealing your deck and making minions out of it. Alright. So how would this work if you don't have this in play? This isn't permanent. It's only 3. Build searching deck for Annihilation Wave. If you don't have this in play, this isn't permanent. But it is an environment, so it would be like semi-permanent that way, I guess. Tuna, by the way, this says your name here. Buddy, your name is not your name here. Just I don't think it's like your name's your name here. No, I don't know anything else. So aesthetically, like the whole grading thing aesthetically, everything looks good. I even got a couple laughs because I think this picture and this picture from Marvel Snap, like the default pictures for those characters. I haven't played that game in 2 years, but I recognize those pictures. Yeah, everything on here aesthetically looks, really good. It looks nice comic art. Nothing overly fancy, which I have an issue with sometimes. I get overly fancy with cards I make. Good border breaks. I'm a big fan of border breaks. Speaking of which, excellent border break here too. That's aesthetic. What's the other one's theme? Yeah, the theme is adhered to very well here. Which one of these gets repeated? Oh, one's wild. Okay, so it does do one of each. I think every single time I played Accelerate, I used wild anyways to play it. So yeah, it adheres to its theme really well. His nemesis adheres to its theme really well. Kind of like this nemesis over here. The theme for it feels like it could be to any character, um, which is good and bad because you kind of want your nemesis to feel dangerous to everybody, but personal to you. Neither of these nemesis really feel personal in terms of their theme. They feel personal in terms of their relation to the characters. Um, Materials. Thank you again for having a pre-con. I don't me brain hurt when we make deck. Um, Mechanics. Yeah, the mechanics work. Um, it has a couple dead turns every now and then, but it's not often. It's certainly smoother than some of the other, big cost uh, decks that I played before. Mechanics. Yeah, the mechanics work. It works. Again, some dead time, but that's it. Balance. Um, yeah, he's pretty well balanced. His connection to the world mind, I think, is the exact same as the other connection to the world mind. Accelerate is an extremely strong card, but I don't think it's broken. It's essentially discard it, ready, and draw, but you have to have a specific resource to play it, so it makes up for it. If you didn't have the specific resource, it would probably be a bit overpowered, but I think everything in here is pretty balanced. It's got certainly got its stronger cards, but nothing completely overpowered on it. Fun factor, again, it's not my style deck, and that is absolutely nothing against what you made, Tuna. It was a more fun variant of a deck style that I'm not a big fan of. So that says something. For whatever value my opinion has, I enjoyed it a lot more than some of the other decks like this I've played. Um, so yeah, I'll probably play both of these again tomorrow night. Or if I don't play them both tomorrow night, I'll probably mix them up, like put Sunfire with somebody else or Nova Prime with somebody else. Um, that is again if I stream tomorrow night. If I don't stream tomorrow night, I'm streaming Monday night or Sunday night, excuse me, because I want to power through these. Last cycle, I think I missed 3 of the CAS-nominated decks. I think I missed one of the villain sets, and I missed 2 of the hero sets. Um, and I kind of want to get all of them this time. This is okay. It's not 1 pixel larger. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. It is 6:22. I should probably get some sleep at some point. So yeah, with that, have a good morning slash day slash night wherever you are. Um, yeah.